Greetings, YouTube. I want you to take everything that we're about to discuss on this video with a huge grain of salt. Giant disclaimer, this is a picture that I've been sent by multiple summoners tonight that is, I guess, something that's been data mined from one of those Chinese servers that was the same kind of MCOC server that we saw some clues or some mentions about potentially quote-unquote rebalancing Namor. That's where we got that information. It was not released at all on the U.S. side of things. But we have seen leaks that have turned out to be 100% true. We have also seen leaks that turned out to be laughably, horribly false. And we don't know, because we don't have enough information right now, as to whether or not there's any validity in this whatsoever, and we especially don't know, even if there is validity in this, what the timetable is for releasing Cavalier difficulty. All I know is that a couple people, and I believe Kabam Mike is one of them, have stated publicly that it isn't anytime soon. I think that means in the next 6 months. I'm hoping that by the end of 2020, since we are officially in 2020, that we will see Cavalier difficulty. It makes sense. Cavalier would have been out for over a year, and it's where the game should be, especially as we continue to move from 5 stars to 6 stars, and we see more and more people after the gifting event now with rank 3 6 stars. It went from 1 person to like over 10 people, and I'm sure that number will probably be in triple digits in the next 6 months as the availability of tier 5 class catalyst fragments and even those selectors for the best of the best come into play. And as Act 6 winds down and we think about the 100% exploration rewards, it is not too far-fetched to think that 50% tier 5 class catalyst crystal or even class catalyst selector could pop itself back if you've 100% completed every chapter of every act, as we have seen in the past. So with that gigantic disclaimer, let's discuss what this could look like, knowing this could all be true. Some of it could be true, none of it could be true, but it is worth discussing. First, I had to ask around because I didn't know what those blue crystals were, even though I thought I had seen them in the past, and it looks to be 5 class-based 6-star signature stone crystals, hence in the bottom right, 6-star signature stone crystals, limited title, and a 2% tier 5 class catalyst crystal, and that is the crystal above the 5 blue crystals, the 6-star signature stones. It's funny to me because the tier 5 class catalyst crystal looks to me like the 2-star crystal does. So it's like the same color and shape, but it means the most expensive crystal on average in the game. I just find that to be hilarious because the 2-star is like the worst crystal on average right now in the game. But, okay, so Cavalier, you have the difference between 100% and completion. Completion, you see, you've got a good chunk of tier 5 basic catalyst fragments. We're going to zoom on in there. What's up, Goose? He's one of the people, one of my alliance members who sent this to me. Shout out to LTO. He also sent that to me. But we're going to zoom in, and we're going to look at this. So you can see that we have, some initial theories behind this, and it's not a ton of 5-star shards. Really, more impressively, 6-star shards than 5-star shards, with over 13,000 tier 5 basic catalyst fragments and almost half of a tier 2 alpha. And then you scroll down and you can also see this. This is just looking at chapter 1, blocked out the summoner title, and you can see it pretty much is not surprising in terms of what you would get for the chapter, especially the first chapter rewards. Really, the thing that is most tempting or intriguing about this is the 100% rewards, and we want to talk about specifically the 6-star shards, which would give you 75% of a 6-star basic crystal, the tier 5 basic catalyst fragments, which would give you almost half of one. We know that is 22,500 tier 5 basic catalyst fragments. And then I do think, like, if you're given a free tier 2 alpha for Cavalier people just for logging in every month, you should probably give another tier 2 alpha for 100% completing Cavalier difficulty, particularly if the PI of the enemies is between 30 and 40,000 a pop, kind of similar to what we've seen in the new variant content I assume that the 3 are Tier 4 class Catalyst crystals. That seems to be kind of a random thing thrown into the hardest difficulty, but I guess that's fine. It's free after all in terms of its inclusion in the 100% rewards. A featured 5-star worth of 5-star shards. That's fine. And then, of course, we've covered the 5-star signature stones, which I still wish were generics, but they would be, looks to be 25 class-based, and the 5 6-star signature stone crystals as well. A really random amount of gold. It'd be hard for me to believe that would be the amount of gold there, but you just never know. Kabam sometimes can be pretty stingy when it comes to gold. And then the rare title. I don't know if any of this will end up being true, and that's why I said at the beginning of this video to treat this with a grain of salt. But I do think that, as I talk about on my channel, if enough people are sending this to me, if enough people are discussing it, I think it's worth a video. But it is my job as a content creator to not jump the gun and to state this maybe in the form of a question like, could this be what Cavalier monthly quest rewards look like? Because it could be, but it also absolutely couldn't be. And maybe there are some things that could carry over. It'll be interesting if that announcement eventually comes out in 2020 to go back to this video and compare these initial screenshots to what the actual rewards turn out to be. The most disappointing part of this is we've seen official leaks, quote unquote, from, say, like past 5-star or especially 6-star featured crystals where they end up changing, and when they come out, they're just not nearly as good. A couple of featured crystals ago, it was reported early on by a couple people I really trust that the 6-star ghost was going to be in the featured, and I was really excited to maybe dupe my 6-star ghost, and then pretty much everybody in the crystal that was leaked turned out to be in the crystal but ghost, and that still makes me a little salty. So, as always, I appreciate everybody who sent this to me. I just think it is my job to say this is a fun speculation opportunity, but take it as nothing more but a discussion into what could be, but what certainly is the opposite of substantiated evidence. This is just a discussion that we as a community should get to have as we progress further and further into what should be at some point by the end of 2020, the opportunity for Cavalier difficulty to make its way into the contest. Have a great day, YouTube. Thanks for watching.